Hello, everybody. Welcome to ICC's Game of the Day. I'm Grandmaster Joel Benjamin, and today was round 6 from the London Classic. And it was a pretty interesting round. It turned out to be only one decisive game, but there certainly could have been more. And it's also possible there could have been 0. Okay, the 5 games, we had Giri White against Carlsen. Carlsen still hasn't won a game in this tournament, and it didn't come very close today. Not much happened in that game. Draw. We're not going to look at it. Nakamura, Aronian-Nakamura, one of the co-leaders going in. Aronian played a kind of interesting rook maneuver in the opening, but other than that, not all that exciting. Naka seemed to play very conservatively. That game ended in a draw in the rook ending. The other 3 games I thought were quite a bit more interesting, and we're going to look at those at least in part. The first game we're going to start with is Topalov against Adams. Topa has been really struggling in this tournament. He's lost, going into this round, he had lost 3 of the 4 decisive games, -3, and could not win the favorable positions he had. So he's going through a bad streak, and his luck didn't get any better today. He played Michael Adams, and he had an excellent position through the middle of the game. And it looked very good for him because suddenly knight c5 is coming. It's going to be a family fork. White wins the exchange. Seems to be all she wrote. But Adams doesn't give up. He moves his queen, and he sacks the exchange. So he's attacking this pawn in f4. Now Topalov defends it with g3, and that probably wasn't the best. He could have played rook to b2. And when black takes this pawn, he has a nice maneuver to bring his check and bring the rook in from behind. So if queen takes pawn, rook takes knight, wins material. And if the knight moves, he can pick off the pawn on c6. It's not completely winning, but it's an excellent position with an extra exchange. Now after g3, Adams seizes the opportunity with g5 to complicate, and now it's not so easy. Topalov takes on g5, recaptures, and now he plays a rather unfortunate move, rook e1. And we're going to see how this rook just turns out to be really horribly placed on this square in a few moments. Instead, he could have just defended his e-pawn, queen e3 as possible. I had thought at the time that maybe d4 would be a good move, but white can play queen b3. And again, it's not a completely clear win or anything, but white, with an extra exchange, has every chance of putting this one away. Even a very tame move like queen e2, just defending everything, he'd still be okay. But the rook e1, that he got hurt by that move. Knight came to g6, and then he followed through with his plan of e6. And this doesn't quite work. Now, there's a little bit of a trap here in 5, and I have to admit that I even didn't get this one right during the broadcast, because white can in fact play e7, because after knight takes f3 check, against all odds, he plays king h1, and after queen takes h3 check, queen h2, queen is defended by the rook on c2, and white is ready to make a fresh queen with check and win the game. Okay, it didn't take long for Adams to see that. He took the pawn, rook takes c6, and then knight e5. Now it just looks like a position where white has a winning tactic. Topalov tried to set up with rook check. Now black has to be careful where the king goes. It doesn't want to go to g7 because of queen b2 pinning, and also the queen is ready to come down to 7th rank. So the king goes